Hi guys, my name is Mali and I'm back again. I know I've been so lost. I still have some undone things that I still have to do on my YouTube. I haven't finished the human trafficking story and I will be back. But today, as you can see in the description, I'm going to talk about the vision. And from a Christian perspective, we all know that the Bible tells us in the book of Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, that we should write down our vision so that we can be able to read on it and pray about it. And that's what we are going to do for today. So last year, we have not gone to last year. So this year, at the beginning of this year, I wrote my visions, and this is where I kept them. And at first, when I was writing it, I didn't know, I was not sure that I was going to accomplish any of what I had written here, but I've come to notice that whatever I wrote, even if it's not in full completion, I have managed to achieve some of the things that I wrote that I'm going to achieve in the start of the year. So there is power in writing your vision down. There is power in just making that effort and saying, this is what I want to achieve in this year. And especially when you are a Christian, this is very important because even the Bible tells us that to write our vision in bold letters so that we can see them and we can see what the Lord will do, or the plans that will accomplish in the end. So this is what I wrote from the beginning of the year, and don't mind. This is where I had kept them, and I wrote what I want to achieve. And for me this year, my visions were monthly. So these are the things that I wanted to accomplish, and in one way or another they have come to pass, though not all, but I'm grateful that some of those that I wrote, they came to be. And my first prayer that God answered. So I'm going to just read them out, and when I read, I will tell you if I was able to accomplish I haven't been able to accomplish yet. Remember, we say God's timing is the best, and his plans are the ones that comes to accomplishment. But it's always good to write down your plans, and if they go hand in hand with God, of course they will accomplish. So I remember in January I had a lot of things that I wanted to happen, but one of the main thing that I wanted to happen is, at the beginning of the year, I had accumulated so much debts, and more so because of the human trafficking. The time we were taken to Thailand, that time when I was going to Thailand, I had borrowed a lot of money just to facilitate my upkeep before I would start being paid in Thailand, and so I had accumulated a lot of debt. So at the start of the year, that is 2024, I asked God that by the end of the year, by the end of 2024, that God would help me to clear those debts. And true to it, by now, I have, what is remaining for me to pay is like a third, and I had a lot, huge debt. And I'm so grateful to God that he provided. And one of the people that I owned, that is my family members, some of my family members, I had owned them like, let me just say the numbers so that you can see the amount of debt I have. That was just what I owed. So I owed them like 50,000, and when I sent the first payment, that was in January, They called me and asked, Marlene, why are you sending the money? I told them, remember the 50K that you gave me when I was going to Thailand. I want to start paying, and hopefully by the end of the end of the year, I would have finished, and just to pay for, because they had given me in good faith. So of course I'm expected to pay. So after I sent the 5,000, I was paying in installment, because that is what I could afford. And then there were so many debts that I owned. So I was paying like in installment. I pay you this, I pay the other this. So that is what I was doing. So when I sent the 5,000, they called me and told me, Marlene, what's this? I told them I've started paying you what I owed you, and they said no, we did not give you that money as debt. We are just helping you, and so don't feel that burden of paying us back. After all, you did not accomplish what you wanted to do, and we both know what happened to you. So for me, that was a relief for me. I thank God so much. Before I had sent that installment, I had a burden that was bugging me, like, oh my God, I borrowed these people this, I was supposed to pay them, things didn't work out, but I still had to pay them back. So when they told me that they had forgiven me, it was a good. I saw God there, because so 15,000, they told me that I don't owe them. So God took care of that in a very mighty way. And this is what I had. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to reflect. I think you can see. So yeah, I had written that I want to pay the debt, and this is what I wrote, that Lord God, help me to clear my debts, February starting to pay debts. Yeah, so that was January, and I was supposed to start paying my debts on February, and that was awesome. And yeah, so as up now, I have cleared almost all, remaining with like, it's half of a quarter. That's what I am remaining with, and that one within like 2 months also, next year. I think, I would have finished that amount. No, maybe 5 months. I would have finished that debt incomplete. And remember, it's not that I am in a very stable place, but I thank God for that. Remember the story of Moses? He was asked, what do you have in your hand? And I will use that to glorify my name. So whatever I have, even if it's little, I'm grateful to God that if everything goes as planned, by May or July, I'll have cleared every debt. So yeah, I'm very much grateful. The other thing that I wrote was for me to see my 28th birthday, that is 26th March, and I said healthy and alive. And yes, as you can see, I'm here. I celebrated my birthday and healthy and alive. And for me, health and life, that has always been the most thing that I want to have in this world, because where you might have a lot of money but you are not healthy, and you might have a lot of things but your life is cut short. So for me, every day, every month, even if I have not accomplished so many things, the fact that I'm alive and I'm healthy, that will always be a plus for me. So yes, I celebrated my birthday and I was healthy and alive, and I'm still am, and I'm so grateful for that. Another prayer that I made was, there was one of my cousin who his wife was very sick, and it was really draining on his part. And of course, when you have a relative or even a friend who is sick, you there's that feeling of you're not just okay. So I really prayed. That was my prayer for me, because she was very, very, very sick, and she had a little kid. But thanks to God, she was healed, and she's healed. She's happy now, and she is very, very much alive, and she is enjoying each and every moment with her family and with her children. So yeah, that was one thing that God gave, that has come to accomplish. uh, I also had a friend who requested that I pray for him, that he might stop using drugs, or drugs, more so cigarettes. It was a very, very tough journey. He started on January. It was very tough for him. All I can say is that it didn't stop, but he minimized the usage of cigarettes. Cigarettes is very hard to stop, but before he was like smoking like 30 cigarettes in a day, or 40 in a day. You can imagine that was very serious, but he cut that to 10 in a day. And now he only smokes at night, and at night it's like 5-4. So even if he has not stopped completely, he has minimized the use of cigarette, and I'm very proud of him. So yeah, that is one thing that has accomplished, and I'm grateful for God because he has done it for him. He's still struggling, but I know that God will help him. And yeah, so another thing that I was praying for is for another family member. So this family member is my direct is okay he is for a family member, and I asked God, please God, help this family member to get a job and be able to provide for his family. And at the start of the year, it was quite hard. He did tell me, but I could see, and I'm here to announce that he got a job, and God has blessed his family, and he's doing much better. And you know that someone is doing better when another family member is added unto that family. So that is one thing that God has really done, and I'm grateful, super grateful, and may God continue just helping that family member, and may they grow to prosperity. And that is just I think for me, what I had learned in the previous year, like in 2023, is that the value of just appreciating those that are close to me. That's why you can see here I was praying more for them, because they really stood by me in 2023 while I was in 2022, sorry, while I was in Thailand. So I felt the need of just putting a prayer out to God that he might be able to increase them and just to prosper them, because yeah, it's good to have those people who are praying for you. And I hope that everyone who is watching this, you pray for your family, and there's also someone who is praying for you, because we need that as humans. So another one, it was for my shosh. My shosh had growth on his head, and I put a prayer and I said, God, I pray that you may heal my grandmother because of her growth. And I can say she's in a better place. Her growth is not a major issue now, it's still there. it cannot be operated on because of her age, but I think she is in a better place. And as we are talking now, she's healthy. She has some minor sicknesses, but I think God has really protected her. And also she is a very prayerful woman, and I think for that God has her covered. So that was also my prayer. Another one, my prayer that I put is that God bless all my family members, and I can see they are they are doing okay, and God has really preserved them. Have you ever heard of God's grace? Like, you are not there, but God's grace has just been pulling you through, has just been I don't know, you are just there. You don't have what you need. I mean, you don't have everything, but God's grace has just been taking you from one place to another. So yeah, that's how they are, and I'm very much grateful. What I know about our family is that grace is what takes us. Grace. We have God's abundance grace. That's what I can say. And this one was about the birthday. And also, let me tell you, it's also good to say those things that didn't accomplish. So that year, in 2023, there is a lottery that we normally play in October. So I had played for a DV lottery. So let me show you. I don't know if it's not reflecting. I hope it will. But this one, this is what I wrote: praying for myself to win DV lottery, to have a clean heart, to read the Bible and pray every day. So number one, to win the DV lottery. As you can see, I'm still in Kenya, so that one was not accomplished, but yeah, we live to try another day. That is the spirit that everyone should have. And then I had prayed to have a very clean heart, because sometimes I had, especially after I came back from Thailand, there were so many things that were running around in my heart and in me, and I felt like, who are these? I didn't want to somehow, and I've had a very challenging year, but I'm still working on that. But one of the things that God has done for me is that I'm not keeping the negative things. I'm even forgetting. Like, you'll come, you'll do something, I will show you I'm mad, but after a while I will not forget the details of what you did. And also, to make an update, Eunice, the person who took me to Thailand, she was arrested and she was taken to court, and she was fined a fine of 1.4 million, if I'm not wrong, or to face 10 years prison for human trafficking. And after that, in my heart, I felt something just come out. But for all those years, I have been holding that bitterness because of what she did to me, because she took me like steps back instead of going in front, and I was in a very good place. Maybe now I will be very far, but yeah, it's okay. So now I don't have that bitterness anymore, don't have that grudge, and my heart now, it is not keeping that much hatred. So, and then there is this peace that just comes, like, even if something is done to me, it's not like kitambo I would like, ooh, I will kasirika, I will feel, no. This time I'm just chilled, and yeah, but I'm not perfect. I still have some adjustment to do. And for my vision 2025, I think this one will definitely, I will come to be a better version of myself. So Another thing that I had hoped for is to read the Bible and pray every day. And also, I had planned, or I had a vision of attending the church frequently. That one, this year, I did not do that. That one did not come to accomplish. I can count the number of times that I have read the Bible this year. So you see, I went, I have degraded on that part. And also I can count the number of times that I have gone to church. I haven't been attending physically. I have been going church without walls, and it's not good. I should be able to just meet with fellow Christians and fellowship together. So this year, next year, that is 2025, this is things that I'm going to really work on them, to read the Bible frequently. And I remember there's a time I used to pray the Bible from Genesis to the last book. Imagine, full. Every month I would like read the book of Genesis, go to the other book I read. Now I don't, and it's worrying because I'm growing, and you're supposed to grow old with God. It's not supposed to be vice versa, that when I was young, it's the time that I was reading the Bible and having that fire for God. So right now I'm really working on that. So to read the Bible and to go to church, because I have a church, and I'll be better in 2025. So help me God. Another thing, I was in a very complicated, when I say complicated, please don't say don't ask what type of complication it was, but it was a very complicated relationship. And this is what I prayed for concerning that relationship. The first thing that I prayed for is, this is what I wrote: praying for my relationship with person X, because I don't want you to know who the person is, but I prayed for a godly connection. And godly connection in terms of that this person, as much as we are involved in something, that there will be a godly connection, that every time I'm about to do something with them, there'll be that godly connection that will just be there. All God will protect us both when we're in that relationship. And then I also asked for godly intimacy, that concerning this relationship and other relationship, this relationship was very complicated. And as a Christian girl, you don't want to date like the world normally dates. You want to date like a God. You want to have a godly dating. So I prayed for that godly intimacy. And also, when I say this relationship was complicated, imagine I wrote for a godly breakup. And this one finally happened, and I think it was last month or so. I did break up, and it was tough, but I thank God for it, because from the onwards of it starting, it was not a good relationship. It was not godly. That's why I was saying I want a godly relationship. And then at the bottom of the paper I wrote, no child out of wedlock for no child out of wedlock for Marlene. I wrote for me, Marlene. So I'm a Christian girl, and you don't want to have these things. And I can say that God really protected me, because I did not break any covenant that I made with God concerning relationship. Yeah, you had it right. In Form 2 at Makuyu Girls, we were brought some papers, and those papers said, you write your name, then you say, like for example, I, Marlene Duta, promise to keep my purity until I am married. So that was to be put in shambles this year, but it didn't. And I really, really, really thank God for that I did not. And that is one thing that I'm very, very, very proud of, that even if it ended, or however it ended, I kept my purity and I honored God with my body. As you know, your body is the temple of God. So that is a plus for me, and I'm really, really, really proud of myself, though it was tough. And when I say T for tough, it was very, very, very tough. But now we broke up. It was a godly breakup. Nothing, no, it's called what? No, uh, there was no chaos. It was just a peaceful breakup, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But let me tell you, the devil is a liar. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That is true, because he really tried to put me in the pits of hell. But thank you, God, for that. And God really protected me. When I say really, he protected me. We are still healing from the breakup, but we are strong, as you can see. Another one was from my brother. I know these are some intimate things that you wouldn't want to talk about, but he is still going through a phase that is not what I would wish for him to have. But I'm grateful that he's still there. But one thing that God did for him is that he got a job. That is a plus. And I really hope that God will just bring him back to his kingdom, and he'll just bring him back. And I'd like to say this for every person maybe who has a person who is close to them, and you see like they are not walking in the good direction, um they are not like doing what God has intended. And the worst thing about things is that these people that are normally have that challenge, whatever the challenge is, you understand what I'm talking, because you cannot put a name to that. Is that they have God's favor, they have so much talent, and that is what the devil attacks most of the time. But for us who are there for them, or who who are close to them, we don't like what we keep on encouraging them and just praying for them, because they are still ours. You remember the Bible says love. It doesn't say love those who are in the righteous way, love those who are good. It says love. So you should love everyone, no matter what they are facing, no matter what they are doing. Just love them and pray for them. So for me, I was really, really, really praying for my brother, our last born, and he's good. And I know that is God's child, and God is still working on him. And I really hope that one day he's still good. One day I will give a testimony about him. But what I want to say is that God gave him a job, and I'm really, really grateful for that. At least he has somewhere he can work. He has started to be responsible, and this year I hope that he will be more responsible and do the Lord's work and be successful, and God will just bless his own family, because he's also not young, he's an adult. But I'm praying for more and more and more success for him. So yeah, these were my lists in 2024. Some have been achieved, some have not been, but there is power in writing. There is power in writing your vision down. There is power in sharing your testimony of what God has done for you. And this year also, now I have written my vision for 2025, but now I have done it even more better. This one I was just writing, but now I have created a vision board where I have written my visions, my dreams, what I want to accomplish, and now I have put in pictures so that every day that I wake up in 2025, I will see that, Marlene, this is what you have to accomplish in 2025. I start January and I see the picture and I say, yes, this one I want to accomplish, and I pray about it. This one I want to see it and pray about it. So I have prepared a vision board, and there is a program that I am in, and I started it at December, and they taught us how to just make a simple vision board. You know, kitambo I used to see it was this complicated, I was not understanding it, but this one they simplified so well that I was now able to understand, and just now I have been able to come with my vision board, and this is what my vision for 2025 is all about. I will not give you the details, but at least you will see how a vision board looks like, and it is very simple. It's not even that complicated. It's just things that you want to accomplish, and those things that you felt that you didn't accomplish. So yeah, so for now I'm doing even much better compared to the 2024 visions that I have written. I'm doing a vision board. So a vision board, it's just something that you can come up with. For me, I'm using a manila paper, and this is where you write down your vision. There are many ways of doing it, but for me, what I decided to do is that I have written down some of the things that I want to accomplish in 2025, and then I have put pictures so that's why it's called a vision board. You can be able to see what you want to accomplish in in the year that is about to come. So a vision board is so before I was not able to understand what is involved in it, but now I have a clear understanding thanks to the program that I am attending. So they told us that a vision board, it can just be things that you want to accomplish. Like for example, when it comes to education, what do you want to accomplish in your education? But now it is much better for us, because for me, the first part, the second part of my vision board was education. And education, I have enrolled myself in a school, and we are graduating in August next year, that is 2025. And my vision, I'm just giving you an example of what you can do to come up with your vision board. So in 2025 I will be graduating, but now it's better the way they taught us, because in education you will write what you did not accomplish in the other year, that now in this year that I was in, in other years. Maybe it's your first time of writing education. What have you been doing in that previous year, or in those previous years? But now, as you are writing it down, what are your expectations? What do you want to accomplish coming this year, in the new year that we are just beginning now? So for me, I would like to graduate. I'm just giving you a highlight of what is done. So I have gone to the Google and taken a picture of graduation. So when I see this picture of graduation, I will know that I have a vision that whatever I'm doing this year, the next year, I hope that I will finish that program and I will graduate. So that is how we were told to go about. And it's all not only in education. When it comes to career or job career, what have you been doing, and what do you want to achieve in the coming year, in the coming year. Yeah, so if it's career, job, what do you want to accomplish? If it's your mental health, what have you been doing the previous year, and what is your vision? What are you going to do to change that? When it comes to self-care, how are you been doing your self-care, and what are you going to do in your self-care? What are you going to improve your self-care? And you just go and find a picture on internet and just google it. You just google it and print it and come and attach it as in your vision board. Like for self-care, maybe you can say you want to do gym. Like some of us, you see, we have added some weight, and you know this time keeping fit is also being healthy. You are taking care of yourself, so you have to use it like a gym. So for me, that is also one thing that I want to do. Last year, but one, that is 2023, I visited the gym from January to March, but I stopped and I have never gone back to those doors again. This year I'm planning to visit. Sorry for that background noise. There are kids praying. There are kids praying around. So this year I want to attend to gym and just keep myself healthy. So this here is a picture of gym that I have attached. So I want to accomplish this. When I see this, I remember myself. Marlene, remember you told yourself that in 2025 you are going to go to gym. So this is basically my vision board. Yeah, and I have, maybe you can try to figure out what I have written. I hope you can see. Yeah, so those are my visions for 2025. And when I was doing this vision board, it was so much fulfilling, and I felt like I am going to accomplish this thing, like for real, like for now, like they are happening for now. And there is power in writing your vision down, and there is now more power when you see your vision. Like you see, you have just like come up with your visions that you want to achieve. When you see that, tell me. So what I have not done in my vision, okay, this one is being inspired by what I learned, but mostly it is inspired from the Bible, where the Bible in Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write your vision down, and in bold letters. So guys, write your vision, what you want to accomplish. And remember, even if you don't achieve, I promise you and I guarantee you, like, something will accomplish in that vision board. We don't serve a God who doesn't listen. We don't serve a God who is dead. Our God is alive. He hears our prayers. He knows your heart's ambitions, and there is power in writing a vision board. So you can just go and make your vision board for 2025. And there are so many categories. Like for example, I've told you about finances, I've told you about self-care, I've told you about job, careers, and also there's like finances. How do you want to handle your finances? How have you been handling your finances in the past years, and how do you want to handle that finances in the coming year that now we are going, like let's say 2025? How do you want your finances to be? When you write down how you want to your finances to be, then go at the Google, in Google or wherever, and Google a photo concerning finances. Just print it out and then stick it wherever you have said, wherever. Just have like for me, I have a manila board. There are also boards that are being sold for vision boards. Sorry, for vision boards, they are also available. You can just even place them on your wall. It doesn't matter, that is your thing. You can place them wherever you want. So for me, I have a manila paper. Now this manila paper, I will go, I stick it on my room. I've already sticked my visions, all of them. So I will just go and stick it on my room wall, so whenever I wake up, I will be seeing them. So when it comes to finances, I've already explained. Mental health, how do you want to improve your mental health? How have you been doing? It's also good to write how your experience when it comes to mental health, because now as we come to close the year, maybe like 2025, you will see what you did and now how you have managed to improve that like in 2025 spiritually. Like for me, you have heard me saying like I was not reading the Bible like as often as I should be, I should do. But now spiritually, in 2025 I plan to get more closer to God. I plan to go more times to church, so I will write that down. And I have also attached a photo of how I want my spiritual to look like. And when it comes to self-love, what have you been doing? Have you like been taking care of yourself as a young man, as a young girl? However, yeah, there's also things like new experience. What do you want to buy in recent past and in recent years? Have you know, sometimes it's easy to forget yourself as a person. So what have you done in the past years? What are you going to do? Go to the online, find the picture, attach that picture on your vision board. A vision board is it's a very simple thing. I used to see as if this vision board is for people, yani high end people. It was not like for it was not meant to be for simple, like, okay, I'm not simple, but I'm just saying it was not meant to be for ordinary people, like, you know. I hope you're getting. So it is very simple in nature how to come up with a vision board. It's not complicated at all, and there is power. I have seen these things working, and this is the way I was going for. But now this one is much easier, much better. Write down everything you want to accomplish. If it's on health, how do you want to improve your health? If it's traveling, there's also traveling. Have you traveled before? What was your experience when traveling? How do you prove, where do you want to go? What is your vision when it comes to traveling? You know, things like that. And with that, I promise you, you will be able to know and to appreciate the things that you have come to accomplish at the end of the year. Remember, even gratitude is very important, because without gratitude, life, you have to be grateful for everything and each and every day. So yeah, this is a vision board, and I hope everyone will come up with their vision board in 2025. And don't ever get tired of writing. Even if you have wrote things they are not coming into accomplish, continue writing them. For me, I normally say if things are not happening, it doesn't mean that I am bad. It doesn't mean that it will not happen. At the right time, at God's own time, everything will come to accomplishment. And me, I don't believe in the spirit of rejection. I don't believe in the spirit of rejection or stagnation. This is my take when it comes to rejection and stagnation. I normally tell myself it's not the right time yet, but when the time is right, those that rejected me, they will accept me. Where there was stagnation, when the right time comes, there will be no more stagnation. There will be progress after progress after progress after progress. Trust the process, trust God. We keep moving, we never get tired. Have a blessed new year, new 2025, filled with God blessing. You will be seeing more of me, and I'm going to continue with the human trafficking stories to empower and to just teach people that human trafficking is real. Thank you. Be blessed. Happy New Year in advance.